Round 1 of the 2025 Canadian Triple Crown Series. Sauce off the cement pad at Wild Rose MX Park in Calgary, Alberta. Getting out front early were the two favorites, number 6, that's Ryder McNabb, and number 80, Preston Kilroy. Trying to go along with them was number 24, Dylan Rempel, the sole KTM Red Bull rider. Great start from number 22, that's privateer Tyler Gibbs. Out there giving Rempel some hard time there. And number 54, that's Dylan Walsh, man, coming fresh off a multiple back fracture in Salt Lake City at that Supercross on May 10th. So yeah, a little bit of a surprise to see him going this hard this early, but he would have a great day. There's Gibbs getting pressure from number 12, Sebastian Racine, number 34, Blake Davies, and number 73, that's Noah Viney up front there. He would end up 8th in this one. But the front two, McNabb and Kilroy, would start to separate themselves from the field. Rempel at the time was alone, but he had Walsh starting to pressure him. There's a big question mark to see if he would have the fitness to be able to go with him. And there's Racine and there's Davies. Davies on that Triumph. And check this out, that's number 102. That's Jared Allison. Yes, the Jared Allison. Out here from years of absence away from the racing. He would end up 12-12, 12th on the day. At the front two, check out the ruts on this track. Dry, breezy day, tough to keep the moisture in that clay-based track. So they had the water down. There was Walsh made pass on Rempel, who made a mistake, and also Racine was able to get by. Meanwhile, young 6'4", 200-pounder, that's Blake Davies. He would end up a nice solid 6th in this one. But the two riders were out and gone. You see Davies up there, the youngster. Keep pace is Tyler Gibbs. He would have a great race there, finishing 7th in this one. 8th place for Noah Viney. Front leaders would get this close together, and as they come up into lap traffic here, McNabb would try to jump across some ruts and go in a different road. It would put him down. He would fall in front of the rut that Kilroy had chosen, and Kilroy went down. They both went down. Getting up first was Preston Kilroy, so he took the lead, and that was all he needed to take the win, because this was late in the race. On first blood, Kilroy, 2nd, GDR Hondas. Ryder McNabb, very solid for Walsh in 3rd, 4th to Racine, and 5th, Dylan Rempel on his Red Bull KTM. Time to see who put in the work in the 450 class. Number 1 defending champ, Jess Pettis. Number 9, Dylan Wright, but it was number 29, the Wolf House Hockey rider. That's Phil Nicoletti coming out of retirement to come race in Canada. Up front, then Pettis. There's Gavin Bruff, good start from Quinn Amyot. Oh, trouble for Evan Stice out of Idaho there. He'd go down, he'd make it all the way from last up to 10th. Pettis would get out front, and he wanted to make some moves early because he knew the number 9 was coming after him, and here comes Dylan Wright around the 29. Great ride leading up to the 450, that's Quinn Amyot. Gavin Bruff, local boy, Keelan Meston, retired from competitive racing, out here to race this one. There's Lars Van Berkel, Daniel Elmore, Tanner Scott, Parker Eels, and Taryn Gerber in a nice little battle. Line choice, obviously very important, but we've got the water down on the track. Several different options. The two leaders would end up putting 2 minutes on 3rd place here. That's Phil Nicoletti. Keelan Meston would move up on Quinn Amyot. Nice little battle between Bruff as Elmore gets around him. Take 5th. A great finish for Daniel Elmore out of Tulpa, BC. These two put on quite the show, giving the crowd exactly what they wanted to see. Phil Nicoletti not thrilled with the prep of the track. Felt it was a little watered down and slippery. Didn't want to take any chances. Nice little battles here, as we can see there, as I mentioned. Number 10, Keelan Meston. Maybe we see him next week. Maybe we don't up in Cold Lake. The leaders, though, they have this one on their own. Same pace, just like the 250 class, same teams. Looks like we're going to have a long summer. Dylan shows a little wheel there just to let Jess Pettis know that he's there. A little loose there. Daniel Elmore to get back at Lars Van Berkel. Tanner Ward went down not once or twice, maybe 3 times. Out front, taking the win. Kevin Tyler cheers on his rider. Finger gun. Oh, but nobody's there. Dylan Wright had backed it off on the last lap to take 2nd. Just in 3rd here is Phil Nicoletti. Not far behind him as we pan back. Great solid ride for Quinn Amyot there in 4th. You can see he's happy with that. 5th for Daniel Elmore. Right behind him, Lars Van Berkel. 450 Moto 2, the gate dropped from the cement. Oh, and 22 gets a little sideways, so he didn't get the start that he did in the first moto. Getting up front, nice jump from Noah Viney, but it's number 80. That's Preston Kilroy up front, 24. Dylan Rempel, third. That's Ryder McNabb. All the usuals up there. A great start from the 102. Jared Allison getting off into the east end there. We can see the top riders head off they go. Coming back across the mechanics area. Would that be enough of a lead for Kilroy? Same riders out front again. Looks like these guys all in trouble for Easton Janez. First ride back here at the National since breaking his femur a couple years ago. Rempel looks like he's going to have number 54 Dylan Walsh all over him again as the front two separate themselves again. Here it is. Walsh is starting to close in on Rempel. Battle for third. Riding alone again is Blake Davies. Down goes Noah Viney. He would go down hard. He would get back up and finish 19th in this one, so kudos to him for getting back up. Battle up front tightened up. Rempel and Walsh going at it. Sebastian Racine, he would drop to 6th in this one. Maneuvering through the ruts. Coming up out of Shaw Valley, the two on their own out front. Very equally matched. And Walsh gets around Rempel. They go over that third place, 3-3 on the day. Take a look back here. We do see Rempel there in 4th. That's where he would stay. 7-7 for Gibbs in a nice little battle back here coming through the field. You can see 141 David Robinson. What a ride for him. 10-8 for 8th overall. Zach Ufenzev, he would crack the top 10. Local boy Clayton Schmooky. Great job for him. 9-9 in the day. Taking the win, going 1-1 and making a statement. That's Preston Kilroy. Second, Ryder McNabb. Third, Dylan Walsh. Good for him. Fourth, Rempel. And fifth, to Blake Davies. Sixth, as I mentioned, that was Sebastian Racine, the MS-101 Yamaha rider.
Come on up, D-Dub. That was a solid ride. You had to work for that one. And, hands together for Ryder McNabb, everyone. Come on up, Calgary. Round of applause for Preston Kilroy, everyone. Come on up here, DK. Here in Calgary, your 250 National, your top 3 on the day. Dylan Walsh in 3rd, Ryder McNabb in 2nd, and Preston Kilroy is your winner.
.450 Moto 2, gate drop, who would it be? Always a great starter. Jess Pettis with a nice jump, gets out front early. Evan Stice, the 25, looking good up there as well. Phil Nicoletti second, Stice, and Keenan Meston, first moto, ended up dropping out with a flat tire. See if he could muster anything better this moto as they head out into the east end here. Going right, a few passes to make here up at the front. Good to see Sam Gaynor up there closer to the front in this one. Second place right now, Nicoletti. Here comes Dylan Wright getting around Evan Stice out of Idaho. Clint Amiot up for another good start. Ward looking a little more solid this one. There's Gavin Bruff, nice little battle there. Bruff would end up 7th in this one. Wright makes the pass around Nicoletti. So once again, we had the 1 and 9 heading out front. Nicoletti a little happier with the track prep this time. They left it a little bit alone and a little bit more raceable. They said they could actually move around the track a little better. Gavin Bruff, as I mentioned there, he would end up 7th, 8-7 on the day. And Stice just enjoying himself out there in 3rd for the moment, but he had a pack of riders chasing him down. Nice little battle. Turns out it was Quinn Amiot that got into Tanner Ward in the first moto, taking him out accidentally. Tanner Ward riding with a bit of anger in this second moto, trying to close in on Amiot. Now here comes Phil Nicoletti after making a mistake and dropping behind them. The two out front though, class of their own. Doing right. The problem with this moto was they would take turns making mistakes, so he who made the fewest was the winner in this one. Over jumping there, Tanner Ward really trying to make a move on Quinn Amiot. He gets it done, as does Phil Nicoletti. And Stice still enjoying himself out in 3rd, but you wouldn't have to look too far behind him now to see that threesome chasing him down. Dylan Wright would fall again. This was just after the first one, a little bit of separation. He would close in. Nicoletti trying to get around Tanner Ward. There's Tanner Scott, Taryn Gerber. Keelan Meston would end up 10th in this one. Pettis with a bit of gap here, as you can see, the visorless. Dylan Wright coming into view here. He would go down again. The second time there, he would have to play catch up again, getting through some lap riders here. Evan Stice, after that very impressive ride in the first moto, going from last to 10th. Perhaps feeling a little more. Hopefully you see more of him in the series. And Amiot, he would end up 6th in this one. Nicoletti gets around Ward, but Ward did not want to give up easily, that's for sure. Now Nicoletti was right on the back tire up Stice. This is the battle for third place in this second moto. Laps counting down. Tanner Ward going with them. Nicoletti makes the pass. Tanner Ward trying to do the same. There is local boy Keelan Meston. Chased by Tanner Scott, Noah Porter, Lars Van Berkel, who ended up 9th of 612 motos. Last lap pass though, Pettis said he left the inside a little bit open. Dylan Wright takes advantage of it, takes the win, gives the hand signal back to Jess. Payback for that first moto loss. The two would be tied as a shared red plate heading into round 2. Third, fourth, Nicoletti, Stice. 5th, Tanner Ward. Here's a look at your Moto 2 results. Podium third place, Phil and Nicoletti. Second, Jess Pettis.
Dylan Wright.
And first overall, Dylan Wright.
Third, Phil Nicoletti.
They will share the red plate as we head to Cold Lake next week.